Hi guys, today we are doing top 10 toys I had when I was a kid. So yeah, and some unusual toys on my list at the moment. So yeah, and who we got today for our mascot? Sue the pelican. And she chose me this outfit last night. She chose this outfit last night, and the headband and the bracelet. So yeah, but she didn't choose the necklace. I did. So yeah. So, yeah, I had my hair up this morning. I took it down because I was feeling a bit cold, so I took it down. So, yeah. So, yeah. That's, and I'm excited because I'm going to see the new James Bond this Friday, and I have to get on the bus at 9 o'clock in the morning. I had to get there at 9. So, yeah, I have to be on the bus at 9 in the morning because I think my nan had already booked my hairdresser's appointment. And I'm helping her out with the Charlie Farley her pussycat jab, because Charlie Farley's got diabetes. So yeah, and my nan told me, I totally forgot I totally forgot my mum had a diabetes cat. I totally forgot. It was Sally. My mum's had a cat called Sally, and she was black, and she had diabetes and stuff like that. So yeah, and Charlie Farley's got it now. So yeah, and my nan is she doesn't like doing it on her own because she's a little bit nervous. Charlie might bit her or something. Yeah. So, yeah. So, and I'm also watching the new James Bond at the cinema, the View cinema, and I'm going to sit in the recliner chair at the View cinema. So I'm going to have popcorn. I don't know, I think I'm having milkshake or Coke. I don't know what to pick. So my nan's going to spoil me for a cinema trip. So, because I haven't been to the cinema for a long time, and yeah, because of pandemic like COVID-19. So yeah, and I haven't been swimming for a long time either because of the pandemic COVID-19. So yeah. And I think it's not safe to go swimming yet, so yeah, I'm waiting till my nan asks me when I could go swimming again. So yeah, and I'm excited. I'm gonna watch the new James Bond. It's 3 hours long, so I don't know how I'm gonna cope. So for a 3 hour long film, so I don't know how I'm gonna cope. And I'm gonna have my hair done. I'm gonna have it cut and layered, and yeah, I don't know. It might be a bit shorter on next Monday. It might be a bit shorter. So yeah, and I'm gonna have it coloured. I'm dyeing it purple because of the character. Of my favourite character, my favourite character in Disney Descendants, Mel. I'm gonna dye my hair like her. So yeah, and I like purple because it makes me think about lavender. So yeah, and I love the smell of lavender. It calms me down. So yeah, and I love having a lavender bubble bath every night. So yeah, so yeah, so yeah, I can't wait to stay over at my nan's house on Friday night. So yeah, I can't wait. So I'm staying there till Sunday tea time, and then I'm going back after tea. So yeah, I will be back at my house after tea. So yeah, my nan's gonna drop me off. So yeah, because my nan's got a car and she can do anything, and she's always telling me she wants a Citroen DS. She keeps telling me she wants a Citroen DS. So yeah, because her car's getting old and getting on a bit, so I think it's time to get her a new car. So yeah, and I just think I love my nan the way she loves me because she's a comical person. And I called Charlie Turner, Charlie Farley, Uncle Charlie, and he's so fluffy and stuff like that. I can pick him up now because he's so light as a feather. But when he gets when he feel a lot better with the jab and stuff, he'd be heavier again. So yeah, I love my nan's cat Charlie because he makes me laugh because every time he sees me walking down my nan's driveway, he rolls over for me. So yeah, and Nan thought it was so cute when he does that for me. So yeah, and he's hiding in her bushes at the moment. So yeah, and Charlie is my best friend. He doesn't like to be played with anymore because he's getting on a bit. So yeah, I love Charlie because he's my best friend. And where I sit at my nan's house, I sit in my granddad's chair, the decliner chair, and it's brown and leather, and yeah, and the TV is right there in front of me. So yeah, and if I hear the telephone goes, if I hear the telephone rings at my nan's house, I pick it up for her and give it to her. So the telephone is next door, and it's got a small table where the phone sits on. So yeah, and I sit next to the door if I hear the telephone goes off, and I know what my nan's like. She's deaf, so deaf. Every time she asks me, Luca, can you turn the telly up? Can you turn the telly up, please, Luca? I say fine now, and I will. Yeah. She does, she makes me do jobs around her house, really, yeah. And, yeah, I just love my nan. She loves giving me exercise, she loves giving me some work to do. Yeah, I'm not lazy at my nan's, never. So, because she puts me to work, yeah. So let's get on with the number one. Her manners are as perfect, her clothes are really hot. Fabulous. They do every level. This number one is Pixel Chips. It's electronic game with a LCD screen and a plastic doll's house background lit up behind the screen. The series began in September 2005 with the house and the toys, and end up with the Fab's Live City in this November 2009. They had taken around a 30-year-old character who known to its Dutch attitude when they feel like it. The toy manual considered referred to the character as Gail, while Mattel customer service website turned between referring to them as Gail or a pal produced, derived from the letter, has referred to her with the name Pixel. The brand includes a website housed under everythinggirls.com until it closed in 2015, several years after the toys were discontinued. The URL currently drew to Mattel Barbie homepage. In 2020, Mattel filed with a complaint to a new Pixel trademark with possibility of rebooting the toy line in the future. The Pixel Chicks pals. The games introduce feature of these three pals: a black hair Gail with flare up bob hairstyle, a light hair Gail with her part up white hair with a hair clip on each side, and a wavy hair Gail with a medium hair color with which style with a brand. In most of the game repairs, sometimes in even hairstyle can be changed through the customize. So I had one of these, and I used to play a lot. So yeah, and I don't think I have it anymore. I can't remember. I think if I still have it, it's in the attic in my mum's house in York. So yeah, I loved it ever since I start playing with it. So yeah, I love Pixel Chicks. Yeah, because I like Pixel games and I love everything Pixels. So yeah, and yeah, I love this Pixel Toys game. So yeah, let's get on with number 2. This is number 2. This is Fisher Price Chatter telephone. What it does, I'm going to read out the facts now what it does. So yeah, pull along by a string behind an interest toddler. Fisher Price Chatter telephone was accompanied by the bestseller produced through much of the 1960s and the 70s with a noisy making button and dial. The telephone inspired young children to mimic their parents' action on their phone, and most of all, it's inspired them to speak introducing 1962. The original Chatter telephone was made of wood, but today it's made of plastic. Some modernization of old-fashioned looking phone had been attempted, but the waving changes in communication technology are going any relation in change toys would have your children ask if they're an app for it. I had one of these, and I used to play I used to play a lot. Yeah, and I used to put by accident. I put coins through the hull of the telephone. So post the hull, post a coin through the telephone, but it still worked in the end. So yeah, I was just a kid then. I did not know you can't use it as a money box, stuff like that. And you can still see this chatter telephone on Toy Story 3 because I seen it in Toy Story 3 where Woody picks it up and this chatter telephone talks to Woody. So yeah, I seen it in Toy Story 3 as well. So yeah, and when I first watched the Toy Story 3, I was very surprised it was in it. So yeah, and I remember I did had one of those. So yeah, and it's the only toy telephone I had when I was a kid. So I did have much more on that, but most of all, I like this chatter telephone because it's unique and stuff like that. And I was very shocked when I saw it on Toy Story 3. So yeah. This is number 3, Pokédex. What it does, I had the original Pokemon Dex, and it had Pikachu inside it, and you had to put the number of the Pokemon you want to look upon in the Pokédex. So yeah. I did have. It wasn't mine, but it was Jed's. I borrowed it a lot, so I called it mine eventually. So Jed is my big older brother. I'm not happy with at the moment because he's not asked me to see his cats yet, and so I've been waiting for so long to see his cats. So, and when I try to message him on Messenger or WhatsApp, he doesn't reply to me, and I get really annoyed and pissed off with him and stuff like that. So yeah. He's a typical brother. He can't. I don't see him a lot, so that's why I send him messages on WhatsApp and Messenger to tell him what day should I see your cats when I should see them, Jed, and he never replies. So he's hopeless at replying, and so yeah. And I love this Pokédex because I remember my brother had one and I kept borrowing it, and eventually I named it mine. So yeah. Why I'm addicted to Pokemon, because I got a couple of games on my Nintendo Switch. I got Pokemon Eevee on my Nintendo Switch, Pokemon Sword on my Nintendo Switch, and I've got Pokemon Diamond on my DS, and I got Pokemon Ruby on a Game Boy, and I got Pokemon Emerald on my Game Boy game, and yeah. So yeah, I have a couple of games already on different things, and I used to collect Pokemon cards too. And I gave them all away. So yeah. So because I didn't find any use in them. So yeah. And I was so addicted to Pokemon. Yeah. And I'm still am. So yeah.
Betty Spaghetti. Betty Spaghetti.
Hi guys, we are number 4, and this is Betty Bidetti. Betty Bidetti is a line of Bandables dolls released by AOR Company in 1998, and I born in 1998. So yeah, the dolls is portrayed as fun-loving teenagers who stereotypical obsessed with her looks, and she also had 2 best friends named Zoe and Hannah, and her future include rubber hair that was used to let children make fairy hairdos and changeable hands and feet and shoes, etc. The dolls was very interesting and designed by Ella Darcy, and the dolls were very popular during its launch, and it was very prized for being unique and different company to other fashion dolls at times. AOR at launch at Betty Bidetti website the next year, and they produced more new characters. The new characters that introduced were Ali, Betty's younger sister, Emily, and Hannah's younger sister, Doki, Becky's pet horse. Later in 1999, the Around the World line introduced Betty pet dog Jake. In the same line, and 3 characters was also introduced Mandy from Hollywood, who Betty's cousin Olivia from New York, and Tessa from Australia. As the brand's success continue, more lines, more characters with Bitter's notably line include the Pajama Party, Slammer Party set, and the second wave of the Around the World line, Future Lucy, and the London and Nikki's Paris. And a new character called Katie was introduced in the Babysitter Oh Baby line, portrayed as Betty's baby sister. And McDonald's made toys for their Happy Meal based on the brand they released in Europe and USA between 2001 and 2003. And children's books were also released. And the music company TMC teamed up with IOR to release Betty Bidetti CD called Smasher Hits in 2003. It was only released in Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Finland. The album failed to the chart. The single were released. The 2 singles were released from the album, while Yayo peaked in a 15 Sweden chart in 21 Century Girls failed to the chart. Mini version of the toys called Betty Bidetti Mix Nix Minis were released in 2003 after IOR discontinued the line in 2004. The line was discontinued due to the lost fertility. In July 2007, AOR announced that dolls would return, but with the new look. The website will launch later that year. The new Bidetti dolls were released in disparate release multi-dolls during the year. AOR discontinued the brand a year later due to lack sales. An Australian toys company, Moose Toys, brought the right to the toys in earlier 2016. Moose Toys revealed the line at the 2016 Toys fair in New York City, the Betty Bedetti dolls were released in August of 2016. The Betty Detti website belongs, and they also have Visual, the YouTube channel, and the original dolls became popular with the character worth lots of money in the box, from £30 to £4.18 on eBay and Amazon. The first reboot dolls doesn't cost as much. They thought they were money as well.
You can tell she's a princess.
This is number 5, guys, Barbie. And which Barbie dolls I had Barbie fairy doll, I had Barbie the ballerina doll, I had Barbie princess dolls, had Ariel Barbie doll, had Beauty and the Beast Barbie doll, and had Jessie from Toy Story 2 Barbie doll, and I had an angel doll, and I had a Pegasus horse and a unicorn horse, and a grey horse and a cream horse, and a brown horse and a black horse, and I had a talking horse, and I had like a dog that poops. So yeah, and and I had Aurora from Sleeping Beauty too, Barbie doll. So yeah, and I had a Barbie camping set, and I had a high chair for the baby for Barbie. And I had changing rooms, stuff like that for the baby for Barbie, and that's it what I had from Barbie. So I can't remember what else I had. So I had I had a camper van of Barbie, and I had a pink car of Barbie, and I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, I had Barbie DVD as well. So yeah, so I was a big obsessed with Barbie when I was a kid. So yeah, because I was addicted to Barbie back then, and so yeah, you could understand why. So yeah. So I like Barbie because I still like Barbie now because Barbie's all about pink, and I love pink. My favourite colour is pink, and yeah, and I love pink, and my nan always find me a dress in pink, or a pink top, or anything in pink, and she's always saying, "Oh, pink suits you, Luca," and I say, "Oh, thanks, Nan." My nan is so sweet, and she say things like that to me. Yeah, and yeah, and I did have some Barbies at my nan's, and I had lots more at my mum's house. So yeah, so I had a Rapunzel Barbie doll too. So yeah, and what else Barbie doll did I have? Oh yeah, Pocahontas. I had a Pocahontas doll of Barbie doll. I had a big one and a small one. So yeah, and I had this raccoon of Pocahontas raccoon toy. So yeah, that spins around. So yeah, I like Barbie a lot because I was addicted addicted to Barbie. And what else I had in Barbie? A Barbie typewriter in Barbie. Yeah, because my mum told me about typewriters back in the days, and I said to her, "Can I have one, Mum?" And she picked out the Barbie typewriter for me, and yeah, I haven't used it for a long time because it's all we got computers nowadays. So yeah, so yeah. So I had a Barbie typewriter, and it was very funny when I had a Barbie typewriter. And also I had a Barbie blow-up sofa too. So yeah, so yeah, I was pretty much addicted to Barbie back in my days. Yeah.
Skydancers fly, magically fly, twirling and spinning.
This is number 6, Sky Dancer. And why I like Sky Dancer, because I had one when I was a kid, and what it does, you pull on a rope and it flies in the air. So I had to watch where I'm flying it. So yeah. So yeah, I had a dolphin one, and it was very cute, and so I don't think I have it anymore. I can't remember. So yeah, and it was similar to Barbie doll. It was similar to that. The face is similar to Barbie and stuff like that. So yeah, I had one Sky Dancer, and you get lots more characters in Sky Dancer. So yeah. All you had to do is pull on the string and make it fly. So yeah. I like Sky Dancer because I love it, because I used to play it a lot when I was a kid. So yeah. I had this this kitchen called Little TK Kitchen, and it had an oven, and then it had a bottom oven and a top oven, and it had two cookers on it, and it also had a toaster on it, and it also had a telephone hooked onto it, and it also had a clock where you can turn it, and I had one of those when I was a kid. Yeah, and I used to have a battery running kettle, and I had a early centre barbecue, toy barbecue. Yeah, and I also had a plastic kettle, and I also had a separate cooker too, and I also had a early learning microwave too. So because it didn't have one on this kitchen playset. So yeah. And where I put it in, I also had a shopping trolley as well. Yeah, and I also had shopping till. I used to have, and yeah, and I used to have a wooden high chair to put my dolls in, and I had a wooden cot, and I used to have a plastic cot as well, and I used to have a couple of bottles for baby dolls. So yeah, I had a couple of prams in my back of my days. So yeah. So I had like one that looks like a ladybird pram, and one that my mum had back in her day, and I also had what else I had I had an iron board as well to iron my clothes on. I had an iron, a toy iron, not a real iron, not even real iron. No, a toy one, yeah, because my playhouse was I had Bluebell Cottage when I was a kid, and all my kitchen stuff was inside the Bluebell Cottage. My toy kitchen area was inside the Bluebell Cottage, and yeah, and I also had a couple of prams at my nan's house, and one at my nana's house, and one at my own house too. And I had a couple of toy food too, and a couple of plastic. I had plastic cups with dogs on, and I had plastic plates with dogs on, and I had plastic forks and anything like that. You can just anything like that I had in the kitchen, in my play set kitchen. So I had not a real tin of beans. I had a toy tin of beans. Yeah, and I had a few of baby clothes too if I want to change my babies, and I had baby blankets for my baby dolls and stuff, even nappies and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, and I used to have lots of baby dolls when I was a kid. I had a talking one, and I had that had like a lazy dress one, and I had the Rugrats one, and I had Boo doll, and I also had brown baby doll. So yeah. Back in my day. So yeah. And I also had Annabelle, baby doll, and had some much more baby dolls. So yeah. So I had a battery running kettle too. So yeah.
Shine so bright, nothing compares.
This is number 8, Brat's laptop, and why I put that down because it was it had hundreds games on it. So yeah, and it was an education Brat's laptop. So yeah, it helps you to learn as well, and it helps you spelling, mind games, grammar, writing, music, Spanish, much more, and number works, and it only works on AA batteries. So yeah, and it came with the mouse. So yeah, and I loved it ever since I played on it. So yeah, and it was kind of cute. I had one. What else I had in Bratz? I had Bratz mermaid dolls. Yeah, I had a Bratz mermaid doll. Mine was a brown doll, and it came with a seahorse. So yeah, so I had a couple of black Bratz things. So yeah. So yeah, it was kind of educational too. So let's get on with number 9. Hi guys, this is number 9, Animal Hospital. So I had Animal Hospital Care and Rescue Centre, and it's like a building. It was a building and it had a helicopter pad on it and stuff like that. And also I had the horse fan vehicle, and I had the horse trailer, and I had the airplane / helicopter, and I had so much. I had a car, animal hospital car, and an ambulance, animal hospital ambulance, and also had a tread bike, Animal Crossing tread bike, and stuff like that, and stuff like that I had with Animal Crossing. I had lots of Animal Hospital toys back in my days, and this Animal Care Rescue Centre, it needs AAA batteries. That's what it needs. So yeah, and it does make a noise, and 2. So who gave me this stuff? My cousin Amy gave it to me because she didn't want to play with it anymore, and stuff like that. Yeah.
LeapPad Interactive Book, a collection from the LeapPad Library.
I had a leapfrog pad. Leapfrog pad because it helps me to read, and it helps me to read and write and spell and sound words out. So yeah, and stuff like that. So yeah, and I had one, and I had it came with the book. So yeah, I had a Nemo one, and yeah, I had different types of game with mine. So yeah, I liked my leapfrog pad when I was a kid because I had I struggled read and write when I was a kid. So because my handwriting was messy when I was a kid, it was all scribbly and stuff like that, and it got better eventually throughout my life, but it got better eventually. My writing got better eventually throughout my life. So yeah, I still have learning difficulties. So yeah, and it's part of who I am. So yeah, and if you can't understand what I'm saying, I try to write it down or help the staff to help the. I ask the staff or ask my parents or my grandparents or my sister or brother or my family to help me what I'm trying to say. So yeah, and I was struggling to say dad when I was a kid. It came out Danny instead. So yeah, so it came out of, and I was struggling to say Nan. It came out of Danny, yeah. And I was struggling to say some people's names when I was a kid, and it's because that's who I am. I had learning formal dyspraxia. I still have that now, but it's not. It was very worse when I was a kid. So yeah, my mum and all my friends and my family didn't understand what I was trying to say. I was getting frustrated because I was getting frustrated what I was trying to say throughout my life. So yeah, and my mum always read me a bedtime story. She read me what's the book she read me? Amelia Jane books. The naughty ragdoll books. Yeah. And she said, my mum said, oh, the Amelia Jane, the naughty ragdoll. It's just like you, Luca. I know you're agreeing with me, Ellen. I know you're agreeing with what my mum said, so yeah. I'm not that naughty. I'm not. I'm tempted to throw you in overboard in a minute. So yeah. So yeah, I was. I'm still on a cheeky monkey. I'm still on. I can't help it because it's who I am. It's me, and I'm unique. So yeah, you can't find another me in the world. So yeah, and I'm unique. So yeah, I love to wind my best friend Helen up. I still do, and I love winding my family up. I still do, yeah, and I love to tickle Helen to death, yeah, and she doesn't like it, but I keep doing it until I wind her up. So yeah. Yeah, yeah, because I love Helen so much in my life because she's like a sister to me, an older sister. So yeah, she's she's part of my family now. So yeah, and yeah, and every time I get up for me, I'll say, oh, I can't wait to see my best friend Helen again. I'll jump up and down on my bed in excitement. Not really, but that's how I feel. So, yeah. And I jump out of the bed really quickly and to get ready all quickly to be with my best friend Helen because I love her so much deep inside my heart. So yeah, and yeah, and I love winding her up when I come in. I love hiding her stuff, and I love playing pranks on her, like hide the stuff prank. And sometimes I don't let her in. Sometimes, yeah. I sometimes don't let her in. I just say, come back another day. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. And I always am very cheeky towards my sister Helen. So, yeah. So, yeah. So she loves me really when I'm winding her up. So that's what families are for. So, yeah.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool.
Hi guys, I know what we're doing next week. I'll tell you now. We are doing top 10 Kindle games. Games that I have on my Kindle Fire 8. So yeah, and I'm gonna give you a clue of what Blue Nose friends I'm gonna bring in next Monday. I'm gonna give you a clue now. It's an Australian animal. So that's the clue. Oh God. That's the Helen's got it right, so yeah. I'm not saying any more than that, so yeah. And I will actually say it till near the time, so yeah. So yeah, and Sue the pelican won't be here next Monday. It'll be the Australian animal blue nose thing be coming in instead of Sue, because Sue wants a break. So yeah, yeah. So Sue's waving bye bye, and I say bye. So and she won't be here next Monday. It'll be an Australian animal be here next Monday. And what we are going to do next Monday, top 10 Kindle games, what I have on my Kindle Fire 8. So, yeah. So, it's going to be that. So, yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to say bye. And I'm going to see you next Monday on the Lulu Show. So, I'll see you till then on the Lulu Show. So, I'll see you till then. And I might be wearing this. I don't know. See what my Australian thingy wants to pick out for me. So I'll see you till then. So bye, and I'll see you then. Bye. And I will keep on winding Helen up next week. Yay. Bye. Because he needs to wind up. Bye.